110 to 98. 5 minutes on the shot clock. By the time the game was over, we won. We got the beautiful W. Throughout the whole entire game, it was an exciting game in general. Like, it was just neck to neck. Cavs just almost stole the momentum, and the Clippers just came back. Shout out Terrence Mann, Norman Powell. Norman Powell, he low key came in clutch as well too. Went to the free throw lines, get all the calls, swishing him like nothing. PG, he was doing his thing in the first half. Second half, he could work on his shot selections at times. Reggie too. We just still get too comfortable from the threes. We can try to attack the paint more. But anyways, let's get player by player. So let's start with the Cavs. Caris LeVert. Caris LeVert, he wasn't really too much of a factor. He did get some rebounds apparently. He was 2 for 8, 25%, which is like he kind of like regressed from last year, I guess. But I guess it comes in part when it comes to sharing the ball with Mitchell and Garland. Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley is going to be a beast within the future. This guy is like a Chris Bosh or a more athletic LaMarcus Aldridge. He dropped 26 points and he got 8 boards. And he was pretty good on the defense. He's like an all-around ideal modern big. He could protect down low. At the same time, he could defend the perimeter as well too. He's not like a slow big that you could just low bypass him. He's a really good all-around big. Scotty Barnes is pretty darn good too. But Mobley is just, man, he's him. Mobley is the guy. Jared Allen. Jared Allen's another good piece for the Cavs. It's a perfect twin tower duo. He went 4 for 10, which is not as good for a big, but he got 20 boards, that is insanely wild. And he got 2 blocks, and he even got some steals too, which is pretty good for a big. I got frustrated when he stole the ball from PG. Donovan Mitchell. Donovan. I always messed with Donovan Mitchell when he was with the Utah Jazz. I always see him as a really good bucket getter. His defense started off as pretty good. His defense kind of did decline, but now his defense is, I guess, respectable now with the Cavs, it's a really good fit for Donovan Mitchell because the Cavs could use a firepower. Like, they already have a really good front court, so now they could use like a guard that could just get them buckets. And the Cavs did trade it like Markkanen and some picks, but at least that's more excusable because like you already have your young core set already. You have your center in Allen and Mobley, which is they're really young, and they're gonna be there for a long time. So, and Mitchell is like the final puzzle. So that was a pretty good, solid move of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Much better than just going for Rudy Gobert, because I don't know what the heck was the Wolves thinking about trading that many picks for Rudy Gobert, who's just, I don't know what does Gobert really do. I mean, I'm not trying to hate on him, man. He seems to be a really good dude, but he's a good rebounder and good interior defender, but I mean, not even as good of an interior defender as some people would hype him up to be. I just don't see the hype with Rudy Gobert. It's just, I would honestly rather take a beat to Zubac, and I'm not even trying to be biased. But anyways, let's finish the Cavs roster. Darius Garland. Garland, second game, I believe, coming off from an eye injury, he did pretty solid. 19 points, 8 for 17. He didn't shoot too well from the 3, but he definitely got some really good floaters. So that's pretty good to see. and he got 12 assists, which is pretty good. And pretty much he got 5 turnovers, which is, it's a lot of turnovers. The Cavs did start to turn the ball over a lot during crunch time, so that's what led the Clippers to come back. Dean Wade, solid role player, 2 for 4, nothing too much. Kevin Love, that guy was playing like a shooting guard in this game. He was, man, dude was just swishing everything, and he got rebounds. Dude was whew, just a darn good shooter. Shed Osman, didn't play too many minutes. Okoro, he didn't really do much. I guess he played decent to solid defense, but overall, the Cavs are a pretty good team within this year. And even last year, I low-key got them as a sleepers to go to the NBA Finals. I try to like make a bold prediction that they're gonna go to the finals. It didn't work, but this year, I honestly got the Cavs going to the finals once again. Like the Cavs versus the Bucks will be a really good battle, or the Celtics will be a good battle. But I got the Cavs winning actually because I just like the front because now they got the front court with Mobley and Jared Allen, and they got Donovan Mitchell, who is one of the best scorers in the league. He's pretty efficient in terms of scoring. Defense, yeah, he can sharpen it up. The backcourt would get cooked, let's just say if it's a guy by Curry or Jaylen Brown, but their interior though would be pretty solid though. But I don't know. Do you think does the Cleveland Cavaliers have NBA Finals potential? I think it's a real possibility. It's either going to be the Cavs or the Bucks. Celtics possible too, but I feel like they need to have a legit big man other than Al Horford because Al Horford father's time. And their backup big, I don't even know who's their backup big name with all due respect. But now let's get to the Clippers. Morris once again. He did pretty good for us. 7 for 16. He was pretty good from the 3 this time. He didn't go as much in the mid range. Well, he did shot a lot of mid range. He kind of missed a good amount of it. But Morris, he came in handy in terms of firepower. And Morris, day to day, he keeps improving, and he even got a block. Great to see. 6 boards, 20 points. That was really nice to see from Muck. First year Muck, we would just be happy if he scored 12 or 14 points. But now Muck with 20 points, that's really great to see. Paul George, first quarter, he lit it up. He was cooking. He was just turning people into Popeye's chicken. But damn, PG, work on your free throws. And one thing that I just would love to see the whole roster do, and it goes to Paul George a lot too, is when during like 5 minutes, when there's plenty of time, when it's somewhat close, just try to like relax on shooting too many threes. This isn't a pickup game, and pretty much if you drive to the rack, you could be sent to the free throw line, and you would at least made one. That's my opinion. Another like possible Achilles heels of the Clippers, especially when we played against the Jazz. We just shot way too many threes. PG, John Wall, and everyone else, they just got too comfortable from the 3. They didn't drive to the basket. Something we could work on. Ivica Zubac, field goal wise, he didn't do as good as you would want him to, but you gotta consider he's going up against Mobley and Allen. They're double teaming him occasionally. They were fouling the heck out of him, hence that's why he has 10 points. Went for 4 for how many percent? 6 for 8 from the free throw, which is usually he don't shoot too many free throws. Usually Zubac will get a wide open dunk, he would just bully you and just dunk, but Man, they were fouling the heck out of him. He got a good amount of rebounds. Zubac defense. Zubac is so underrated. Like, I saw a stat last time, and it was like the percentage of people scoring on bigs in the league, and Zubac has the best contest, and the percentage was like 38%, 37% to be exact, which is that is pretty like astonishing numbers. Like 37% successfully made on Zubac. That's just crazy. Honestly, since Gobert got 250 million, Zubac technically should be getting at least like $30 million, but thankfully Zubac doesn't have too much of an ego to ask for a big fat contract. Hopefully he doesn't. Zubac seems to know his role pretty good. While Gobert, I don't know. 250 million. I'm just so shocked that happened, but that's just a fat side note I just had to get off my chest. Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann was honestly the ultimate MVP. Of course, the best player tonight was like a combination of Paul George. Well, really, it was Paul George in terms of stat, but who was really the MVP of the game was Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann. He was hustling like crazy. Like a lot of people, they sleep on Terrence Mann. They be saying Terrence Mann is trash just because he don't have an offensive game. Like, bro, what are you talking about? This man led the comeback. He got the crunch time steal, got the beautiful dunk. He's playing more inside the basket, which is that is something the Clippers could do. Like Terrence Mann, he's pretty much like the type of guy who would remind you, hey, slash to the basket. Terrence Mann always slash to the basket. That's what I love to see. 16 points. And he got some rebounds and assists and steals. He's like the ultimate energy glue guy you want to have. Like even when he's not really like producing too much on an offense, he's like a really good vet to have. He's like kind of like a Caruso, but better and minus all the hype. He's the ultimate locker room energy. I don't believe the Clippers should trade him in a lot of situations, unless if it's for like a future long-term move. Like if it's for guys like Kyrie Irving or even Kevin Durant. Like, call me crazy, but Kevin Durant, you're only going to get 2 or 3 years left in him, and then after that, who knows what's going to happen because KD's unpredictable. I would not feel good pulling a Terrence Mann and KD trade. Like, I don't care what y'all are going to say. Just, I mean, obviously, KD's a great motherfucking player. But again, KD's personality, though, is pretty darn unpredictable. So, eh. But obviously, that is for the GMs to decide. I'm probably tripping right now, but I don't really like care too much. But let's finish. Reggie Jackson, 6 for 11. A lot of people are slandering Reggie Jackson too much, like, whew, which is at times it's understandable because his shot selections could be pretty poor. But man, people just all of a sudden bashing on Reggie, like they just acting like Mr. June didn't do this and that. Man, some like I know a lot of you are supportive to the players, which is that is really good. But of course, there'll always be some who just want to trade them just because they have one bad night, which is something that people can chill on. But anyways, Norman Powell, another guy who got a lot of flack lately. Norman Powell, I mean, Norman Powell, like I said, he's more of an expendable piece. He's like a 28 years old. We're deep in shooting guards, and he's still his age still would attract a good amount of semi-contending teams. Like let's just say the Knicks. Then I'm sure that if you call up the Knicks, you offer them Norman Powell. I'm sure they're willing to give up a first round pick or even 2 first round picks. for Norman Powell if he plays really good, which is I don't mind because we have so many shooting guards. Let's be real. This man right over here, this man over here should be playing minutes. This man is more of an all-around player. But yeah, Norman Powell did his thing. And I appreciate him for going to the free throw line. That just came in clutch. Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard, he was lighting it up. 2 for 4. Didn't get too much shots in his hand. Imagine if he did. He'd be like Kyle Korver with Reggie Miller hybrid. Batum, he didn't do anything too significant, but he wasn't really a complete liability. Rocco didn't get much minutes either. Still just trying to condition him, I guess, which is all good. But either way, this is a really exciting game to see. And pretty much a lot of people, they were like going ballistic over how poor we were doing, especially when we lost against OKC. And yes, I was going ballistic too. But I also try to remind myself, hey, the last 3 years, the Clippers, we always start off pretty garbage. But then at the end of the year, we always finish more of the stronger side of the end. Last year, at least, though, like, we did horrible. But then at the end of the year, we didn't make it to the playoffs, but it was like more of a like a morale victory type of thing. We didn't beat the Pelicans, but we didn't have our stars. But yet we still put up a fight against stars like Ingram and McCollum. And of course, you got Valanciunas, who plays like Stephen Curry last year, which is that boy. I don't know. He needs to be drug tested. But this year, I'm still pretty optimistic that we're winning the championship. This is our year, and a lot of people are frustrated with Kawhi not playing. I would love to see Kawhi play, but at the same time, if you don't have a good feeling, just don't rush it, because the last thing you want to hear is Kawhi not being available to play in the playoffs. That's all I care. I want Kawhi Leonard to play in the playoffs, and while at it, Ty Lue could definitely use a lot of other things, especially utilizing the young guys, especially. But at this point, I'm sounding like a broken record when it comes to that. But it's just like a minor thing. Well, some of a major thing the Clippers could fix is just also attack the rim more. But anyways, let me know what you think about this game. This is a really exciting game to see, and also it did me good with the fantasy, especially with Donovan Mitchell and Paul George helped me win some $60 with the prize pick. And as y'all know, have a great night. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comment sections. I will definitely converse with y'all. And as y'all know, peace.